Well, this is an interesting story here at Disneyland because we got a little bit of almost a Hollywood Backlot with Lou and You story, Lou. This is very interesting. So, people started noticing yesterday something going on here at Disneyland. You can see right here, what's going on? What's happening? They're filming something. What is this all about? Well, we now have confirmation on exactly what that was. Apparently, Jon Favreau, oh yes, the Disney legend himself, Jon Favreau, was inside the park doing a little bit of filming. What was it for? Apparently, it was for the Oswald series on Disney+. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, that is. If you don't know who Oswald is, he's the basically precursor to Mickey Mouse. Walt Disney originally developed Oswald. I believe what is going back is kind of like the formation of Universal at that time, right, Lou? And
yeah, well, he came up with this character, but he sold the rights to the distributor, and or at least he didn't realize perhaps that the contract said that. And when he decided to leave that distributor, he had to suddenly come up with something else new, and hence Mickey, or Mortimer, as he was originally known.
And Universal would retain the rights to Oswald for almost 100 years, up until Bob Iger said, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and make a trade for Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And so he's traded Al Michaels from ESPN over to Universal, NBC Universal that was, and that's why we had Sunday Night Football with Al Michaels hosting as the play-by-play commentator.
I bet Al Michaels sat there going, am I good or what? They traded me for a cartoon.
Yeah.
For an obscure cartoon bunny. Oh, God.
But that happened in, I want to say, 2011, 2012-ish. But unfortunately, we've only gotten like one little short, but we haven't had anything else.
But actually, if Mickey came out of copyright, he's got to be, because he's older, well out of it. So somebody will probably do some, slasher film with Oswald or something. But
Oswald, the slashing rabbit.
Yeah.
So this was.
So you think I'm lucky, do you? Anyway.
This run out.
Yes.
Well, the fact that they are doing anything with Oswald is a big development, but to actually do it at Disneyland is another cool part of this whole thing as well, which puts it in our realm. Well, us being theme park fans, you can see Jon Favreau right there. And we also got confirmation, unfortunately, for some of those people who might not be the biggest fans of this particular actress, that Kathryn Hahn is going to be in this as well. We did not know anything of the cast associated with this Disney Plus production, but apparently Kathryn Hahn of Agatha fame is going to be part of this.
Keeps her clothes on the whole time.
I hope. Yeah, I hope.
I'm pretty sure she does.
Agatha and Oswald together again could be sort of a little too OnlyFans for its only good. But
this is
funny. I mean, but she always seems to play characters that have like. It'll be interesting if she's like the happy or the mean character, because her characters are traditionally antagonistic,
It looks like she's playing the role of a Disneyland guest. If I can make a guess from the outfit that
actual scene from the show, or just a promo for it.
No, I think this is for the show, because this looks like to be a pretty involved effects shot from what I can see here. You can actually see a stand-in for Oswald, I guess at that size here, right there. And that's to get some future VFX work done with a stand-in right there. Very, very interesting. Very, very cool.
It's basically going to be the little girl with the cartoon characters bit, or the
yes.
Roger Rabbit bit of humans and tunes together.
Correct. I think that's exactly what they're going for right here.
So where's Pedro Pascal?
Well, that's interesting that you say that, Ron, because I got pictures of Pedro Pascal as well. Now, not on this particular journey, but you can actually see right there, Jon Favreau with Pedro right there. I know it. When I saw this post originally, I don't think a lot of people saw that it was Pedro initially, but now he's become more of a household name since The Mandalorian. Well, you can see right there, he was going incognito on that day when visiting Disneyland. But for this visit, there were a lot of people out there looking to get photos, looking to get pictures with Jon Favreau, of course, big celebrity. And Jon Favreau himself is a huge Disney Parks fan. In fact, he's been seen in the parks multiple times over the last 10 years or so, doing all kinds of work, whether it be scouting for locations or just visiting the park in general while in town for the D23 Expo, which he has attended multiple times here.
And this is all, they're doing it in front of the Tiki Room, which just reopened after closing, after opening, after closing, right?
Yes, that's the weird thing about that whole thing. But you can see right here, there was a notice from Disneyland, notice of filming and recording. So it says what? Please be advised that photography, filming, taping, and recording will be taking place in this location today. By entering this area and or its environs, you consent to being photographed and recorded, and you grant the Walt Disney Parks and Resorts.
Irrevocably. And it also, by the way, you can't sue if your wife eats something that makes her allergic.
That's true. That's true. So it's basically a waiver
if you
enter this area this time.
If you're caught or killed, Disney will disavow all knowledge of your existence.
But Lou, I mean, I don't remember.
They're telling people that if you're,
there's
going on and all that's no big deal.
That's standard. But I don't remember a big time production actually taking place in Disneyland for a little while.
Well, you have to go back to that Tony Curtis movie, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What is it? 14 pounds of trouble or 12 pounds? I forget how many pounds. But
they haven't filmed in Disney World for a long time. They used to film in Disney World all the time.
Well, a lot of the ABC shows would do episodes there.
Yeah,
Family Matters did quite a few.
I mean, obviously the Disney specials they filmed there, but like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, basically the only thing that gets filmed at Disneyland is like the parade for Christmas or things like that.
Where did
Topanga
Topanga get proposed to at? Was that a Disney
Epcot
thing? Oh wow!
I think it was at Epcot, right? It was in front of the Fountain of Nations, if I'm not mistaken. That's when
the what?
The fountain?
Yeah, no.
Where was there was a fountain?
There was a fountain, Lou.
I thought all the fountains were at Universal. Silly me! I thought people only liked water at Universal and the Bellagio, not at Disney.
Well, they are now, Lou, but yes, I mean, back in the day, they used to film stuff at these parks, and they used to film stuff at iconic locations, like, for example, the Fountain of Nations at Epcot, unfortunately, no longer to be seen. But I can't, Lou is right, 40 Pounds of Trouble definitely took place at Disneyland, but again,
which is a fun picture if you want to go see it sometime. It's out there.
Sure, and 40 Pounds of Trouble comes out when again? I think, 62. So that was a long time ago. And the vintage because, they feature like the Devil's Paint pots of the Mine Train Wonderland at the time and so forth. And I think the Mule Ride was still going and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, well, those attractions didn't.
And it's not a Disney movie. That's what's interesting to me. I mean, Disney must have said, okay, you can do it because it'll help promote the place, but it isn't doing them any good as far as the movie is concerned.
Right, exactly. But when it comes to Jon Favreau and his visit, I want to go ahead and highlight this one little thing right here because I thought this was really, really interesting. And
one little spark of inspiration?
Yeah, exactly. I want to get your take on this specifically right here. This from Disney Scoop Guy. Just spotted a Mandalorian and Grogu film jacket on one of the members of the production team working at Disneyland this week. I doubt
somebody told him it was going to be cold out there this week.
I guess.
Doesn't that seem like a really warm jacket?
It's a very warm jacket, yeah. And it was like, I think 80 degrees this past weekend. Blue, I don't know how often this happens, but when you have a film crew jacket like that, that's part of kind of Jon Favreau's team working on multiple projects, right? This isn't actually filming for this.
No, it's obviously somebody who worked with him on that and is now working on this too because he's one of the anointed, So, I mean, I've got a whole lot of those crew jackets for everything.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's like a gas jacket,
they even made me custom ones because I'm large. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story. At the Directors Guild, when you are joining the guild, you have to have a certain number of hours of work to prove that you've been working in the trade to get on what's called the qualification list. And how you prove that is you submit call sheets and pay stubs and stuff like that. We once had somebody submit a crew T-shirt to prove they did a show, and we accepted it. So it's there you go.
Gotta get your hours. So there you go.
Yeah,
it's one way of getting them. Hey, whatever proves that you were actually part of the production, I suppose. But I thought this was super interesting. Also, too, guys, make sure you check into Hollywood Backlot with Lou and you, because we're going to be going over some filming taking place in a theme park as well. Maybe theme park adjacent, in the form of Universal Studios Hollywood on the backlot there. There's been a lot of Odyssey filming back there, which is super, super cool to see. Definitely got to check it out.
At the lake, at the
Falls Lake. And it's
things
pretty
go
intense.
the way we're told they're going to go, might be one of the last big features to shoot on that. So we'll see.
Indeed, we'll see. But excited for this production right here, Catherine.
Look who's there with us too.
Yeah, so this was a series of pictures from years prior, but yeah, Dave Filoni has been there, Pedro Pascal has been there. So
who's the kid in the junior size outfit behind him in that last picture?
I don't know.
Cadet size windbreaker in that previous picture. Anyway, it's one of my endless digs at Josh's wardrobe. Don't mind.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh,
anyway,
I see. I got you. Yeah. I gotta get the Josh comment in there for sure. But I thought this was very, very exciting. We'll keep everybody up to date on this Oswald series, because I think it's actually going to be pretty cool. We'll see what happens here.
But of course, as we keep saying, the way you keep score is not ratings, and it's not box office, and it's not even popcorn buckets. It's, does it grow the subscriber base, or does it send it away?
Boom.
And that's all that counts, really.
That's all that counts. That's so true.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.